Where did they take you?
Starbucks.
Mary King's Close. Morning from Edinburgh.
Morning. I'm just about to do a Mary King's Close guided tour in the dungeons. Underground Edinburgh.
A wee look at what the street was itself. Hard to believe that this was, you know, a replica of what they felt it was like. This was the outside of Mary King's Close and where it's situated on the Royal Mile. So here we are, Mary King's Close, and this is the entrance to the museum or underground life from here. You can buy tickets and book your place indoors. Oh, you were there. I was going to take your photo there, but hey, oh, you've moved. You enjoy that tour then, Keith?
Really good. Still
Great.
It's still under there.
It is. It feels really unreal when you're actually in there. Lots of what I remember of being there when the boys were wee, I think. You know, when we took them.
It has changed.
We did take Anthony, you know. Yeah. It has changed, but it's no changed.
Aye.
Get what you mean?
Still got the same feeling.
Interesting, hearing all the life stories and what it would have been like. But I remember them thinking it was a butcher's.
Yeah.
Because I remember being told it was a butcher's at first. But then they realised that it was a sawmill. And what I loved was they made it authentic with the washing hung from the ceiling.
Yeah.
Well, 12 stories high these buildings were. I can't imagine. Can you imagine me trying to climb up the outside of the building?
What, 5 stories, 6.
Keith, about the steepness of the street.
Well, steep. Mary King's Close is really steep, but great for drainage for when they're trucking the Gare de Lou in the water down. Treacherous in the winter time if you're coming out.
Yeah, exactly. If it froze, and then he ended up in Princess Street Gardens.
Swimming in the cesspool.
It's hard to think that this is probably the top of the close, and it went down in a diagonal all the way down. Scary. National History Museum. Buses in Bobby. National Museum of Scotland, I should say. It's a good architect. It's free to go into. Could have went if we wanted, but we're on the hunt for coffee and tea. We're in the City Cafe because I was thirsty and I'm wondering what to get to eat. What were you fancying, Keith?
Coca-Cola, or I might go for a peach lager because I'm sure we had that in Ford's Garage in America.
Peach lager?
Yeah.
Nice. I do recommend it for something to eat. And the Dinky Poo. This is the street that the Ibis was on. The Ibis was okay. My wee room looked straight onto the square. Wasn't the best room in the world, but it was fine. So this is the brochure that we picked up from the real Mary King's Close. It's an official souvenir, and when you open it, it has us. This is the picture, the real Mary King's Close. You could look at the picture. We chose the doctors. The plague doctor on the left obviously survived the plague and healed all these people. And the other doctor on the right, he used to test for ailments by tasting your urine. Nice. Anywho. So, at the start of this booklet, it just tells you a little bit about Mary King's Close. tells you that it's a warren of streets frozen in time and a unique glimpse to the city's turbulent, dark past, where careful researched social history is brought to life by the Close's very own residents. So, tells you there, and then it gives you a little sort of time capsule, I guess. So 1530, Mary King's Close is first recorded as John Torres Close. Then it talks about, and we were told all this history on our talk. 1567, Mary Queen of Scots spends her last night there. Then on to Mary King herself. And then what happens to her, when the plague hits, the construction that was built on top, and then when they actually discovered it. So it says here, 2003, the Continuum Attractions opens the real Mary King's Close, providing social history tours to the public and welcoming over 250,000 guests each year. Remember I was telling you about the clairvoyant, the medium. So she encounters the ghost of a little girl named Annie, and that's why she brought her a doll when she visited. And lots of people usually bring dolls all the time to the Close. Little quick snapshot of some of the residents. You get to find out, I think there's 3 portraits when we were in there that came to life, as I was saying. And I love this because it's how much of you remembered. What is commonly but falsely believed to be the reason for the outbreak of the plague during the 1600s? I remember evil Masmas. Evil Masmas. There you go. I'm not going to read them all, but hey ho. Yeah, this is a lovely souvenir from our day trip. As I was saying, hope you enjoyed our day out in Edinburgh. Catch you real soon. Bye. Hey, I hope that you enjoyed our vlog. It was really good fun to be in Edinburgh. It was last Sunday. Yeah, I'd been up to see Zach's show the night before, and Keith met me in Edinburgh and we went for a wee walk. And as you can see, we went to Mary King's Close. So, sorry, repositioning the chair. Mary King's Close, old Edinburgh. Hard to believe that all these closes are underneath Edinburgh itself. Oh my gosh. What a lot of history there. And lots of talking from the guide about ghosts that might be down there, the history of like the size of the rooms, like the houses themselves. Some of them were really small, and if they were small, they're really flat roofs, so you'd really have to duck. And then there might have been people that had more money and they had a more opulent house and it had like 3 rooms in it. Like a big kitchen area, a big fire, and a big like grinding stone in the middle of it. She did talk about a clairvoyant that had been there. I think Most Haunted's been at the Mary King's Close. Anyways, they talked about the spirit of a young girl who the clairvoyant had taken toys into and had left like a wee tartan doll in the room there. And since that, anybody that's visited has taken a wee doll and left it there. Give Mary King's Close a wee visit if you head up to Edinburgh. We absolutely loved it. I was talking about the steepness of the close, and that it went from the Royal Mile, and it doggo in the background, went through the Royal Mile, and it was built like, it was like that, and all the debris and excrement when they shouted Gardyloo and threw their pail out their door, and it flowed down the steep gradient of a hill to what we would call Princess Street Gardens now. Scary, scary. Hard to think actually that Princess Street Gardens used to have like a wee like water running through it, and then of course, what did they do also at Princess Street? In that water's where they drowned all the witches. Anywho, I digress. Edinburgh is such a vibrant city with lots of history, and if you ever get the chance, I would recommend visiting so much. Mary King's Close and a few of the other closes in Edinburgh have all been covered over because there's government buildings on top of them now, and that was one of the reasons we weren't allowed to film. But it did feel unreal that we were there where like plague victims had been. You know, the tour guide took us into a room where they showed like models of plague victims and talked about the bubonic plague and the plague doctor that would go in and like, oh, suck out all the pus from these cysts and boils and cauterize wounds with no, no anaesthetic. It was just like a wee cloth to bite on and a couple of drams of whiskey to numb the pain and all that. Oof, gives me the heebie-jeebs thinking about it. Anyways, yeah, amazing. An amazing tour. Old Edinburgh at its best. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, a comment, a subscribe. We're really hoping to up our subscribers. Doesn't cost you anything, but it helps the channel out loads. Yeah, talk to you soon. Little adventures, good times.